I have a theory. If I was popular in high school, I would not be the way I am now. We are sitting on my bed because it's my safe space, and I've already tried to film this video twice. One time the audio was corrupt, and the other time I just wasn't speaking right. It just wasn't good. So this is the third time now, and I swear to God, if this fucking exposure ruins the video, I will lose my shit. Respectfully. This mic here. Does that look silly? Maybe just a little bit. There we go. Okay, maybe that looks just a little bit silly on it. So I've been really sitting on this theory for a long ass time, and I did not think I would ever make a video on it, but I kind of want to be done with my podcasting series because being vulnerable in front of the camera is really hard, and I don't think that I'm mentally built for that shit. So I thought to end off like the podcast series of 2025, I wanted to talk about this theory. If I was popular in high school, I wouldn't be the way I am now. We will divulge into that, don't even worry. It's separated into parts, and we will be starting with part 1, the root. It's no secret, I've talked about this many times before on this channel alone, also on my TikTok and probably my Instagram. I was never the pretty friend. I was never the girl that people choose. I was never the girl that boys or girls liked. I was never popular. That's why I kind of deemed myself as like this funny girl, because funny kept people around me. Being funny kept people wanting me in their lives, I guess. It made me feel like, okay, I can identify with something, and this something people give me validation for. And it kind of just became my default, not by choice, but just through desperation of having an identity, I guess. It was safe, kept people around. Funny meant I could be liked without being desperate for it, you know what I mean? But it also made me feel very invisible in some ways, especially in my earlier years where I was so young, I didn't understand the feelings that I was feeling, this concept of like popularity and why wasn't I enough, why wasn't I the one chosen. I think I didn't really deal with it so well, so hence why I felt like, okay, if I'm not going to be the pretty one that the boys liked, maybe I'll be the funny one that everybody kind of liked. And that sort of identity at the young age, it kind of transitioned as I got older and into high school into me just wanting to be invisible, I guess. Not wanting to, I just thought, okay, well, I'm tired of fighting for this attention. I'm tired of fighting to be on top or to be noticed. That let me just commit to being nobody. And I think that was the point where I was very ill, was the beginning years of high school towards grade 10, 11-ish maybe. Nobody liked me, is what I'm trying to say. Nobody liked me. I wasn't invited places. I didn't have any friends. I very much took towards the isolation. Again, it became safe for me. It became a break from this very exhausting, okay, I need to be more, I need to be more, I need to be more, to be enough, you know. It never filled the hole for me, you know. I'm definitely somebody that I now notice, especially in my grade 12 years. My grade 12 year was a little bit different because I was so busy with my football and with just finishing school. And I had a long-term boyfriend at that point. I know, crazy car. So that it was more safe for me in my grade 12 year, but I've kind of realized that I'm the type of person that I like to be surrounded by people. I like to be chosen. So to take to that really big isolation point in my life really wasn't good for me at all. I remember when I first understood the concept of popularity, and I was in grade 5. I don't know how old I was then. How old was I? ChatGPT. I was 10 to 11. Okay. Let's just say I was 10. I really did not understand this concept of popularity. I mean, I was the kid, like, from such a young age. I don't know why I was always like this. I really did not have any friends. Like, genuinely, when I was in Germany, they call it kindergarten. But like the words are fucking hard, but the really early years where you're like 5, 6 years old, we would go out to recess, and I would literally fucking hide in the classroom because I was so scared to go out to be with all those other kids. To a point where the teachers would actually have to fucking drag me. I would pretend to be asleep. Like, I would literally just fucking, like, my limp-ass body, and the teachers would carry my limp-ass body out of the class, me thinking I could get away with sleeping, because wait, actually, low-key, nothing has fucking changed. Holy shit. They would drag me out the class to go with the other children. I hated it. I hated the whole idea. It made me so nervous. But yet, that's all I fucking craved. That's all I wanted was friends, was a group, was just people to like me. But it was like, it was almost like too overwhelming, like the feeling of constantly having to fight for that, and I just felt like it was never going to come easy to me. And anyway, so that was when I kind of found out the concept of popularity, when I realized that some girls in my class were favorited so much more with all the other students. They wanted to be in the same team, they wanted to be on the same table. And then, you know, when I'm the one sitting at the table by myself, it's like, oh shit, I wasn't chosen. And that was when I kind of discovered it. I thought it was interesting. Part 2, validation. This was kind of what I realized was the main issue stemming from not being popular in high school or in school. I crave attention so much, not even in like a dramatic, like, hey, look at me way, more in a really deep, like, desperate way, you know? I just longed to be seen, to be noticed constantly. I'm speaking about it in the past tense, but it's very much still relevant here. I started to realize that like this like validation wasn't just like a little quirk in my younger years, because once I graduated, I thought, okay, this is gonna go away because I'm gonna be a real adult, I'm gonna be in the real world, like it's gonna be fine. It's actually become a wound. It's become something that I carry on with myself still to this day. I've become obsessed with this idea of being that girl, which I've never was, and I don't think I ever will be. That's why I think like I became so close to social media. It became a place where I found love, I found validation through random people on the internet. I found a way to, you know, put in that almost work to find friends, find a community, find a sense of belonging without that overwhelming feeling that I always felt in my younger years. Likes and follows and comments, they feel like approval. They feel like, you know, I've this community where I feel validated. I feel this sense of belonging, and it fills that hole temporarily. But obviously, social media isn't gonna fix me. If anything, it's gonna make it worse, you know? As a little side note, my mom is worried about me. She's always been a bit worried about me, especially when I really wanted to pursue social media when I was 16, 15. I think it was 2020 is when I really realized like, hey, this is what I want to do. But she's been really concerned about me because she saw this really undying crave for love on the internet. You know, she knows I want to be known. I want people to see me through the camera, and that scares her for obvious reasons. And she asked me one day, quite recently, why do you need this? She feels like maybe she never gave enough, which is not the case. It's just all externally. And my answer to her was, kids like me growing up, I had no friends. I really felt out of place. I was very alone, except for when I got to come home and I opened up my iPad and I watched those YouTubers, those Minecraft YouTubers, those Black Ops Zombies campaign YouTubers, just random shit. I mean, even like people like Emma Chamberlain, or I mean, when they had the group with James Charles, and that was a pinnacle point for me as well. But I could go on a list of YouTubers that have changed my life, but those people were my friends. As sad and fucked up as it sounds, those people were my family. That was my group. Every time I watched a video, I felt part of something. I felt really like I belonged. Like that was my friend talking to me. We were playing this game together. We were all hanging out. Like, I mean, not literally, like I'm not insane, but it was really just like this very subconscious feeling that did keep me going. These people were my friends. I watched them every single fucking day, any chance I got. And I told my mom that I want to be that person for somebody else. Yeah, and if it ever does happen, I want to be that person for somebody else. You know, I want to be that friend, and I want to create a community, and I don't want, you know what, the perfect way to say this is something that I live by, and I will probably speak about it at the end again, but you need to be the person that you needed when you were younger. It is so important to always grow in that direction. Don't misinterpret this, obviously, but I know now I need to be the person that my younger self needed. And that's what I'm trying to do, I guess. Part number 3. I don't know why I keep clapping when I do that, but part number 3. It sounds really dramatic, but the damage is done. This has been something that recently, as well as this is kind of why I wanted to make the video, because I've really come to terms with I am not healed from this. As petty as it sounds, I mean, there's crazy shit going on in the world and I'm still dealing with this high school bullshit. The damage is done. The shit that has happened to me in high school, the feelings that I have felt, the battles that I have gone through, that is done. It was big to me then and it's still big to me now, and I'm not over it yet. And I think coming to terms with that is really hard, and I think quite mature, because sometimes you just want to think, yeah, it's in the past, it's fine. No, because it's still affecting me today. There's still so much anger in me, the middle school and high school version of me, you know? These weren't just awkward phases, these were moments that really scarred me and have left me carrying a lot of these emotions into adulthood, pretending that they're healed. You know, I have gotten bitter, I've gotten jealous, and this has led me to sabotage friendships and mainly relationships that have really meant a lot to me and have put me now into a deeper hole. I find myself chasing people who barely fucking like me just to prove something, just to feel like I'm worth it, to prove that I'm worth it. And same goes for friendships. The need to be chosen, the need to be known, the need to be popular is still with me, and it's insane that I carry this with me. I mean, I'm nearly 20 years old. I've moved to 2 different cities by myself. Like, I have done so much and I still feel this petty bullshit. Just insane. Part 4. I forgot to do the clap. Part 4. Realizations. I have realized that being popular wouldn't have fixed me. It could have even done me worse, but I think it would have softened me. It would have provided me with more self-worth, you know? Maybe I wouldn't spend so much time begging for this validation to strangers online. I have realized that I need to give myself the things that I feel like I never got or understood while I was younger, which is love without needing to earn it, validation without a performance, and comfort in my own skin without anybody's comments. Okay, we're done. The video is nearly over. I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed this 2025 podcast series. Kind of became a little bit random at some points, but I think this is a good way to end it. I don't know if maybe next year or later in the year I change my mind and I maybe want to talk about more issues, so let me know what you think. I appreciate anybody who has watched the full podcast series. I think there's like 4 episodes out. I really enjoy this therapy. I think it's really good for me and I feel a lot better. So the fun videos, why did it go like that? The fun videos will be coming back soon. Don't even worry. I have one coming out that I'm filming this Sunday. It's going to be quite cute, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully this one will be out by then. I'm going to try and edit it by tonight, so... Anyway, has that piece of fucking hair been in my face the whole time? That's really annoying. I will see you guys all in my next video. Subscribe.